is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Mid-Level Media channel, your hub for everything physical media and entertainment. I am Ken. Today, guys, look, I just had to get on here and talk about this. I just got off of work. It's Friday. I'm ready to wind down, to relax, but Second Sight just had to drop. They just had to drop one of the most awesome physical media releases that I've ever seen in my life this morning. So, of course, I had to come on here tonight and talk about the Your Next 4K box set that is coming out on August the 19th. August the 19th, guys. I almost said 13th. August the 19th from Second Sight Films. So, yeah, guys, look, Your Next. This movie came out, I think, in 2013. This was the movie that I feel like almost single-handedly, it was like this movie and It Follows, and to a lesser extent, The Babadook. But I just remember watching all those films around the same period of time. They brought me back into the horror genre, and they showed me that horror was actually alive and well, and it was going to thrive again in the 2010s. And that is where I feel like right now, Second Sight is excelling with their releases. Like, they are really tapping into the 2010s. They've done The Babadook. They've done The Witch, Robert Eggers' The Witch. They've done The Guest to an extent. I would classify The Guest as kind of a horror film. Really, like, they've tapped into horror thrillers and horror films from the 2010s. Recently, they did Possessor. They did Green Room. It Follows, like I mentioned, like just so many great movies from the 2010s. Like, they've really kind of staked their claim on that era and made it their own. I feel like more so than any other boutique label, because you look at the Scream Factories and the Vinegar Syndromes and the Arrow Videos, like they're primarily 70s, 80s, 90s, maybe a little early 2000s, but like Second Sight is just almost full on going into the 2000s and the 2010s in particular. And I think that's a really cool time period to dive into, because I feel like the 2010s, maybe for me, and this may be a hot take, I feel like it's like top 3 decades for horror. And maybe it's recency bias. Maybe I've just seen more movies from the 2010s as far as horror films. I don't know, because I've seen a lot of horror films from the 80s, and I would definitely put the 80s as number 1, but I might put 2010s as number 2. Like, there's so many great horror films from the 2010s. Like, I would love to see like a Don't Breathe box set from Second Sight. Like, that would be super awesome. I think that's another one that just has a Blu-ray, which Your Next only has a Blu-ray release. This is a first time to 4K release of Your Next. But this movie is directed by Adam Wingard, and like I said, brought me back into the horror genre because I was not into it. I loved horror since I was a kid, but I was not into it in the 2000s when the Saw craze started, the Hostel, all that stuff. Like, I just kind of detached myself. That Halloween was doing those awful remakes by Rob Zombie. I was just so done with horror at that point in time. And movies like Your Next like brought me back in and showed me that the genre could still be great. And Your Next is a great horror slasher film, home invasion film that takes that idea and that premise and flips it on its head and asks the question, what would happen if the home invaders actually became the prey? And that's what makes Your Next such a great movie. And who is preying on them, you do not expect that to have. So it has this like great turn, like right. And I would say the first 30 to 40 minutes of the film. But I love this movie. And guys, let's just dive into this box set. Let me make this a little bit bigger. Let me put myself down here at the bottom. But you got the actress Sharni Vinson, I think is her name. Like, it's such a shame she didn't do more. Like, I feel like it's pretty much just this movie, and I can't really think of anything else she did, because she is freaking fantastic in this film, and I love it that they put her on the cover, and that's a great kind of iconic image and shot from the film itself. But I've seen this film a lot. Like, I've seen this film at least like 6 or 7 times. Like, I love this movie. Used to watch it all the time. Now, it has been about 5, maybe 6 years since I've actually sat down and watched it. It's been way too long, but this nice 4K edition is going to give me a good excuse to jump back into it. And guys, before we get into all the details, I'm going to dive into the details, guys. Don't you worry. But this is available to pre-order right now, both on the Second Sight website. And if you're in the US, you can use Diabolic, you can use Orbit. I imagine Grindhouse is going to have a pre-order up. Now, I know that Diabolic already has the pre-order up because I pre-ordered from Diabolic myself. Now, it doesn't cost you much. Like they do all the shipping costs for you, which is why I like using Diabolic. So yeah, you're importing it, but you're not importing it from them. They're importing it for you and you're paying them. So it's $50 on the Diabolic website, 49.99. And I think with shipping and tax and everything, it costs you about $60 to get the set. So it's pretty pricey. It's pretty pricey. Whereas you order from the Second Sight website, it's $43 to order from the Second Sight website, but you're going to be paying quite a bit for shipping for ordering this from the UK because Second Sight is a UK label. So I feel like the price might come out to be the same, but I feel like it'll be just a little bit more expensive to order it from Second Sight than it will be to order it from Diabolic in the States. And also, I feel like I'll just get my order. Like I've ordered from Second Sight before, and it's taken them, sorry guys, like I'm really congested right now for some reason. And it's taken them like upwards of, I feel like 2 or 3 weeks after release date to actually get, like I feel like I waited a long time to get Drive on 4K from Second Sight. And I don't know if everybody has that problem or not, but I feel like it takes a lot longer to order from the UK from the Second Sight website as opposed to Diabolic. Like I've gotten a lot of my stuff in early, like 2, 3, 4 days. Like I feel like I got Texas Chainsaw Massacre on 4K like a full week early. So, all right, guys, look, I'm done. I'm done rambling. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's dive into this incredible looking box set of Your Next right here. So we got the full on image, the cover image right there. Then I'm going to click on this image right here. It's going to give you the full spread. And it looks like you're going to have a booklet. You're going to have the art cards. You got all the art cards displayed at the bottom. Now, I will say this doesn't look like a huge, massive box set. It doesn't even look as big as The Guest. I hope that it is because they'll match good together, which is Adam Wingard's other film. And going all the way back to 2021, guys, like when they first did The Guest, I called this. I said, Second Sight has to do Your Next because they're already working with Wingard. Like this just has to happen. It's a match made in heaven and it just has to happen. So I feel like I called this like 3 years ago. I keep mentioning it. I feel like over and over again, I want Your Next from Second Sight. I want Your Next from Second Sight. I've said it more times than I can count. So I've been calling this since 2021 that we were going to be getting this because it just makes too much sense to do this movie from Second Sight. But nice spread right here. This looks more, as far as the packaging, it looks like it's going to be in line with like a Green Room, a Possessor, maybe even as thin as High Tension because that was a pretty thin box set as well. But let me scroll down here and we can get into some of the specs and the special features. This is directed by, of course, Adam Wingard, who did the Godzilla movies. That's what he's been doing recently, but he actually used to make some really cool horror thriller films back in the day with Your Next, The Guest. He did the Blair Witch remake, or not remake, but it was kind of a sequel. It's like a requel back in 2016. And then he's been doing the Godzilla versus Kong movies. And he's got another movie, I think, coming from A24 pretty soon. So I'm excited for the future for Adam Wingard. But he's directed some segments in VHS too, I believe. But really good filmmaker. I'm a big fan of Adam Wingard. But and this movie's also got Barbara Crampton. Like this was responsible for bringing Barbara Crampton back into the spotlight after she had been absent for quite some time. But getting into the actual specs here. Well, let me read the premise real quick. A family reunion takes an unexpected and gruesome turn when their home is invaded by mass killers. What the cold-blooded intruders don't count on, however, is a guest that can turn just as violent as they are. Just as violent they are. I feel like there's a typo there. They don't count on, however, is a guest that can turn just as violent they are. I feel like there should be a just as violent as they are, right? There should be an as right there. Okay, that's not me, okay? I feel like sometimes on here I can't read, but that's their typo, okay? Did they not know I was going to have trouble reading that? God, Second Sight, look, I love you because you announce great box sets like this, but I'm not a big fan of your typos. I'm just not. All right, guys. So let's go down to the special features. This, of course, is a new 4K restoration. You got HDR, Dolby Vision, grade approved by director Adam Wingard. So that's always nice to see. And this movie is going to look phenomenal. Like I have a nice Blu-ray over there that looks really good. But this movie, there's so much blood and terrific gore all throughout this film. Like I'm thinking of one scene in particular involving a clothes hanger that's just going to look freaking awesome in 4K. And I can't wait to see it. So much blood, So much carnage, like all throughout the movie. The house itself looks great. It's going to look great in 4K, so I can't wait to see it. But let's see. Let's dual format edition includes including both UHD and Blu-ray with main feature and bonus features on both discs. So one thing to note, guys, is that the 4K in this is going to be region free. It is going to be region free because most 4Ks are region free. And I think they also specifically noted that as well. There's only two 4Ks that I know of off the top of my head that are not region free. So it's very rare. I get this question all the time asking about 4K. Is it region free? Can this play on my 4K player? Yes, this will be able to play on any 4K player. So you don't have to worry about the 4K. But the Blu-ray, because this is a UK release, will be a region B locked Blu-ray. So unless you have a region free player, you will not be able to play the Blu-ray. But they usually put all the bonus features. Second Sight usually puts all the bonus features on the 4K disc. So you won't have to worry about popping that Blu-ray in, unless you just want to check out the Blu-ray and you've got the region free player. So everything, though, will be on that 4K disc. You also have a new audio commentary with director Adam Wingard and writer Simon Barrett, which is super cool. You got the past audio commentary, which I imagine was on the Blu-ray with Adam Wingard, Simon Barrett, Sharni Vincent, and Barbara Crampton. That has to be a terrific commentary. Children of the 80s, a new interview with Adam Wingard and Simon Barrett. Most of us, a new interview with producers Keith Calder and Jess Wu Calder. Script as a blueprint, a new interview with actor AJ Bowen. Down in the Basement, a new interview with actor Joe Swanberg. Be Funny or Die, new interview with actor Amy Schmetz. Falling into Place, a new interview with production designer Tom Hammock. And we also have some archival stuff down here as well. Slashers Don't Die, Tim Coleman on You're Next. Who's Next? The making of You're Next, and an animated storyboard. So it is a little disappointing. And I'm honestly kind of surprised. Like, I'm surprised they didn't at least get Barbara Crampton to come back. And I'm not saying Second Sight didn't try. I'm sure Second Sight tried, but I just don't know why Barbara Crampton wouldn't come back. Like, she's always on Instagram promoting herself and her movies and stuff. So I don't know why she wouldn't want to come back and talk about this movie. So that's kind of strange to me that Barbara Crampton's not included on this. And also Sharni Vincent. Like, that's a big miss to not be able to get her to do a special feature on here, because she is like the heart of this movie, in my opinion. So it would have been excellent to get her to come back. So that's a little disappointing. It's a great box set, guys. It's a great release, and there's 6 new special features, new audio commentary, fantastic. But my only gripe is that, no Barbara Crampton interview, no Sharni Vincent. That's a little disappointing. Am I the only one that feels that way? Let me know in the comment section. Let's see the limited edition contents. We got a rigid slipcase with new artwork, and we got 120-page book with new essays by Martin Cotier, Andrew Graves, Kurt Halfyard, Alexandra Heller Nicholas, who is everywhere. She's always doing stuff for everybody. I've talked about her so many times. And a bunch of other people. Heather Wixon, that one I can pronounce. And we got 6 collector art cards. We got, like I said, this is a UHD region free, Blu-ray region B, language English, subtitles English, and we got DTS HD Master Audio 5.0. So just a really awesome box set, guys, from Second Sight. Like, Second Sight is just, they're out of control. Like, they are killing it in 2024. This year is coming up all Second Sight. But let me back out of this real quick. There are standard editions available as well to pre-order, and I think it's also on Diabolic. You can just get a Blu-ray of Your Next, and this will have all the new special features. If you don't feel like you need the film on 4K, but you don't feel like you need the box set, but you want the extra features because you love the movie and you want all this extra stuff to learn more about the film, then you can just get that. You can just get the Blu-ray edition for $19.34. And that's a pretty affordable price. Now, you're not going to get a slipcover or anything like that, but you can just get the Blu-ray. That is an option. Back out. And you can just get the 4K as well for $26.88. So that's quite a bit cheaper, guys. For the Blu-ray, it's like $25 cheaper. And, for the 4K, just their standard edition, it's almost $20 cheaper to get that. So if you're not concerned with the box set and all that extra fluff, the stuff that I love and I would never miss out on. But if you're not concerned with that stuff, guys, because there's some people that just doesn't care, you have other options. So there are 3 options to purchase You're Next. Now, let me get into another bit of news. I actually forgot to bring this up. So let me pull up X because there is more Second Sight news to talk about. We're not done yet. We are not freaking done yet with Second Sight Films. Second Sight Films just killing it all year. Possessor, Green Room, Mean Streets, the High Tension, like Borderlands, like Frontier, like they just been absolutely massacring. Absolutely. Oh my goodness, I'm on let me get on X real quick. I pulled up Second Sight. And Barbara Crampton is on here. She is promoting the release of Your Next. So she is nice enough to promote the Second Sight release. There's new extras on this 4K, and you know how much I love everyone involved with this movie. So here you go. You're Next. The guys brought me back to the biz with my role. So thankful. So you're gonna promote it, Barbara, but you couldn't do a new interview? Are you kidding me? Maybe she is on there. Maybe she cameos in somebody else's interview. But let me scroll down a little bit more, guys. There was, if I can find it. Okay, here we go. So they teased the Hitcher today, and they didn't just tease it, guys. They pretty much told us. I don't know if I should be showing this or not. They're going to copyright me. But they pretty much told us in this post right here that they are officially announcing this within the next 2 weeks. So they're showing a little clip here from the C. Tom. I'm going to pause this. From the C. Thomas Howell interview, I imagine, on the actual edition. I hope you guys can hear that. You probably can hear that, can't you? But anyways, let me read this real quick. The Hitcher's road has been a long one. We want to thank everyone for their continued patience while we navigated a few bumps in our efforts to do full justice to this classic. Release date and pre-orders to be announced in next 2 weeks. They couldn't even say in the next 2 weeks. Who is writing for Second Sight? In the next 2 weeks. So guys, look, they're not just teasing this anymore. They're telling you straight up, they're going to announce this thing within the next 2 freaking weeks. And I am freaking excited, guys. This thing, it's going to be massive. Like, I'm predicting it right now. It's going to be the same size as the dry box set. It's going to be Dawn of the Dead level quality here. Like, this thing's going to be massive. They've been working on this for 3 freaking years. There's been so many bumps in the roads, so many obstacles. This thing's going to be incredible. They have not been sitting on this for this long for it to be nothing. So the Hitcher 4K from Second Sight, guys, you mark my words, this is going to be one of the most impressive physical media releases of all time. And people are going to flip when they see this. And I can guarantee you right now, guys, I'm going to be on here to share the news of the Hitcher box set, because you best believe when this thing goes up, like, people are going to be pre-ordering it. This thing may sell out. And the same with Your Next, guys. I feel like Your Next is a pretty popular horror film from the past few years. So that's why I like to get on here and do these videos to let you guys know. And like I said, the pre-order is going to be down below for Diabolic's website, for Second Sight's website. I'll leave all that stuff down below in the description. So I don't want to push FOMO. I'm not trying to push FOMO. That Your Next can be available for the next 2 or 3 months. I don't know. But these box sets do generally sell out at some point. I think a title like Your Next will sell out pretty quickly. And the Hitcher, forget about it. I think that thing will sell out in the first 2 weeks. So it will not take long for the Hitcher. So definitely jump on it. But within the next 2 weeks, guys, we're getting the Hitcher announcement, guys. I believe them. I don't think they're BS. And I believe Second Sight, they will announce the Hitcher on 4K next 2 weeks. I'm excited, guys. Are you guys excited? Let me know in the comment section below. I think we're done here. Let me take this off. Let me bring myself back up, guys. Look, I love talking physical media on this channel. Blu-rays, 4Ks, these incredible announcements. This is why I get excited for this stuff. This is why I talk about this stuff every single week on the Physical Media Report. It excites me. It gets me jazzed up. It fuels my passion for both movies and collecting. And it's stuff like this. It's stuff like the Your Next 4K box set that just gets me super excited. So I hope it does you too, because I love it. I love all this stuff, guys. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel if you want more physical media content. I would definitely appreciate it. And we'll see you next time.